What is up, everybody, and welcome to a very special stream. I'm your favorite former U.S. men's national team player and current internet maker and esports host, Jimmy Conrad. And I want to give a shout out to our global audience, but most specifically, all of our fans in Portugal, France, and Poland.
Yeah, and I'm going to be joining Jimmy on this broadcast. My name is John Pritchard, and I've not got quite the accolades that Jimmy might have. You know, there's no former international experience in my camp, especially on the football pitch. But I guess we'll say former Sunday League playmaker, I guess, if that counts for anything. But Jimmy, my friend, I am so excited for this broadcast.
I'm excited as well, and don't sell yourself short, John. I know you're a terrific Sunday League player, and we're going to be hosting a very special event for you guys. It's around Betclic Apogee Esports. Now, from this day forward, and this is a great fun fact to know, Betclic, who are one of the biggest sportsbooks in Europe, will be the official naming partner for Apogee Esports. And to celebrate this monumentous moment for the club, there's going to be a rebranding. But with every rebranding, you got to give a nod to the past, a little bit back to the history. So they're going to keep the A, which is shaped like a space rocket, and they're going to build everything else around it. It is going to be next level. And really, for me, it indicates a sign that this club wants to reach new frontiers.
Yeah, they're certainly aiming for the sky. Sorry, awful space, pun intended there. But it's safe to say that these guys have done a great job over at Betclic Apogee Esports on really teasing the viewers and the fans at home. You know, we've been on the edge of our keyboards or seats, should I say that. You know, they've done great across their social media platforms, and I can't wait to finally reveal it to you guys later on this evening. But you know what? We're not going to spoil anything just yet. We want you guys to stay tuned and find out why space is really the final game tier.
That's right. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We have so many special announcements and a few big surprises. It's going to be next level. It's going to blow your mind. Don't go anywhere.
We're going to start off by talking to Gonzalo Brandero, who is the CEO of Betclic Apogee Esports. He's going to guide us through this rich history over at Betclic Apogee Esports and talk about the brand new future that lies ahead for this amazing organization. And he is really going to be talking about the team and how it's going to reach that next stratosphere.
And then after the interview, it is the big moment. It is going to be the reveal, something we've been teasing for a few weeks now. Yeah,
you're definitely not going to want to miss it. I'm excited. I know Jimmy's excited. The clock is ticking, and we are finally approaching to the final countdown.
No.
I've just done that on broadcast.
Delete your account. The chat, everybody's ears are fried from that, John. Please don't ever do that again.
Sorry.
However, I do have a fun fact for everybody. I'm going to give you a little tease, even a further tease, let's say. We are going to announce the full lineup for the Betclic Apogee Esports team for 2021. And we're going to get to talk to a few of the key members for this team ahead of the season. I can't wait.
Yeah, not only are you guys going to get some inside looks into the new lineup, we're also going to give back to you guys, the supporters and community, as well as the fans back at home. We've got some amazing giveaways lined up. I'm not just going to tease it just yet. You have to wait and find that out at the end of the show. But trust me, you guys are not going to want to miss it, because we finally want to give back to our amazing community and fans.
And last but not least, we have a very special making of the launch video. It is a lot of fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. And like John said, make sure you follow all the social media channels once we tell you what they are, so that you guys can be a part of the activities, the events, the matches, and of course, the special giveaways. And these broadcasts will be simultaneously broadcast in Portuguese, French, and Polish with some of our favorite content creators.
Yeah, so make sure you guys buckle up for the ride. You're going to be here for a while. Stay tuned. But for now, let's welcome the one and only Gonzalo Brandero, the CEO of Betclic Apogee Esports. First of all, welcome, Gonzalo. Hope you're having a great day. If you guys don't know, he is the powerhouse, the man that works super hard behind the scenes, the CEO, of course, of Apogee Esports, which is now becoming Betclic Apogee Esports. So tell me, Gonzalo, who exactly is Gonzalo Brandero, and you know, how did you first get involved in esports?
Well, first of all, hi John, hi Jimmy. Hope you guys are well. Very excited to have you guys here, and well, you're having me here actually. But it's like I started in gaming like everyone when I was 5, playing Pokemon. Something. The passion grew. I became a content creator on YouTube when I was 15, 14. And like I started managing some content creation teams there. And that's where I got the taste for managing people and getting the best out of them. And I've sort of been doing it doing it ever since. But esports specifically only showed up later, when I was about 23 years old. I always I've always been an esports fan, but never thought about working in it. But I just decided it's like managing people is like it's what I want to do, and I want to do it in esports.
Okay, so what's your greatest accomplishment? Because I know that there's been 5 eligible big-time trophies, let's say, since you guys have formed, and you've won 4 of them and got second in the 5th one. Which one is your favorite? Which one's the best?
Like you're talking about this season only. So this season only, there's been 5 eligible trophies here in Portugal. We won 4 of them. So that's of course a big accomplishment. We were 1v1 champions in FIFA 19, Pro Clubs champions in FIFA 20. It's like we've won quite a bit, but the biggest accomplishment for me is actually the day-to-day stuff, watching our players grow, helping them. To me, those are the accomplishment, and the trophies come by proxy. Just like it's a side effect of trying to do best by your team.
Now, you've mentioned, Gonzalo, that you've had a lot of success, particularly at a domestic level, for example, within European level as well, over in Portuguese competitions. You mentioned back in FIFA 19, you was the 1v1 champions, and most recently in FIFA 20, you were the Pro Club champions as well. Now, is that sort of the high standard of gameplay that you want Apogee Esports to set, and you want to really cement your legacy? Is that something you thought of when making the team, that you wanted to pick up some of the best players and be known as one of the best teams out there?
It's in our motto, really. It's like when I formed the team, I thought we gotta have a catchphrase. We gotta have something that bonds us and takes us further. And I was like, reach your apogee. That became our sentence, our motto. So it's definitely goes towards becoming the best you, and that like trophies come from that, because if you're the best you, of course you're gonna win. And not necessarily the best players, but the best talent and the best prospects, I guess, and always helping them reach that next level and reach their apogee. So yeah, that's what we've been doing.
I'm curious about the next level, because you've had a lot of success in anything that you've chosen to do, but sometimes if you try to be the best at everything, you're not. You just end up being good at everything. So what's the focus going to be? Because you've done Rocket League, you've done Call of Duty in the past. What's going to be the focus for Betclic Apogee Esports moving forward?
So our main focus is FIFA exclusively. So we want to be the best at FIFA. We're going to focus 100% on that for now, and then we might move into some other games later. But for now, we're here to conquer the FIFA world.
So, I mean, I guess you guys are putting a lot of pressure on yourselves, just focusing in one particular esport being FIFA, and you've already had success in other FIFA titles, specifically FIFA 20 with your Pro Clubs team. Are we going to see another 11-a-side Pro Clubs team come out of Betclic Apogee Esports? Is that something you're interested in doing?
Of course, like Pro Clubs, even though it's not the official game mode for EA, and it's not necessarily something we focus on competitively, but it's such a fun space, and that's for us, that's the purpose of it. It's such a fun space, fun for the players. We even have a couple of 1v1 players that play there and have fun and enjoy after a hard day at practicing. And it's something we want to keep. Not necessarily our focus, but it's such a fun space that we want to keep it for sure and improve on it.
Obviously, you're looking to leave your mark within competitive video games and FIFA esports itself, and just the esports industry in general. But you're also doing your bit, outside of esports, in and around the real world, let's say. You mentioned that you want to be the first carbon neutral esports team out there, or one of the biggest, rather, should I say. How do you plan on doing that? And what other things are close to your heart within the real world that you kind of want to drill through, that Betclic Apogee want to be a part of?
Yeah, so going into specifics is so we're taking our steps into measuring our carbon emissions from the team and from everyone working within Apogee, and we plan on compensating for that somehow, and also reducing it if possible. So that goes into a couple of actions, just like giving the example in planting trees, for example. That's one of the ways we plan on compensating for our carbon emissions. We have other plans, of course, but it's just like we have to make up for what you do, and that's something we're going to focus on. Of course, there's a couple of other things close to my heart. To me, it's actually very funny. When one of the first drafts of the plan for Apogee in the beginning, back in 2017, I had some causes. What's moving this besides winning, and what's our reason of being almost? And I had three things pointed. It's like, how am I going to have an impact on this community? And of course, we have some issues like cyberbullying. Then we have, of course, the environment. But there was a big one for me, which was mental health. And that's something I plan on doing going forward. But for now, it's all about being carbon neutral and trying to do our bit for the planet.
No, I love what you stand for and what you're doing with this team, specifically the mental health part of it, because as a professional athlete for 12 years, everybody thinks your life goes like this. It's just good, great. But life doesn't work that way, as you know, right? There's ups and there's downs, no matter what you choose to do. So I really am super impressed that you're putting that in place and being good role models, not only for your team, but also for everybody else that supports you. Now, speaking of supporting you, how do we get some merch? How do we get our hands on this new jersey? How is that all going down?
So we got a lot of cool things planned out for the merch side. But first thing you got to know is that it's going to be sustainable merch. So to leave no impact on the planet. So that's why it's taking us a bit longer to have it come out. But we're gonna give away some things at first, and then later you'll be able to get all of it, your hands on it, Jimmy. I'll send you one for sure.
Yeah, yes. I was about to say that's why Jimmy's asking. We all know Jimmy's a very good-looking man. If you guys need a model for your new line, I'm sure he'll hit you up or something like that. I mean, okay,
thanks, John. I appreciate that.
I've just took your self-esteem to the next level, haven't I, guys? But you know what?
Let's set up a photo shoot.
Let's do it. But before the moment everyone is waiting for, we're finally nearly there. Gonzalo, is there anything you want to say to the supporters and fans watching at home?
Of course, I want to thank everyone who's been with us from the beginning. Also, our new supporters. I'm sure there's a lot of people joining us today, and stick with us. I promise you, we have a lot of cool things that are going to excite you throughout the year. So can't wait to show you that. But for now, we're probably going to show you the best part so far, which is the new video announcement that we planned for you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for that interview, Gonzalo. We're so looking forward to seeing what's coming up, especially with the future of Betclic Apogee Esports. So finally being revealed, Jimmy. It's nearly there. We're just seconds away, my man.
I cannot wait. So without further ado, stay tuned for Space, the final frontier.
T-minus 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What did I just see? John, honestly, the first thing I think of is that I want to play FIFA in space. It's not good enough to play at my home anymore. I got to be in a rocket. I need to be playing in space. I feel like that would take my game to the next level. But besides that, before I even get your reaction, and actually I want to get the reaction of the chat and all the content creators that we got going watching this from Portugal, France, and Poland, This is such a big moment for Betclic Apogee Esports. They got a new name, they got a new logo, and they got a new lineup.
Yeah, goosebumps is a word that definitely sprung to mind when watching that. And if it weren't for the terms and conditions, I would literally show you the hair standing up on my legs. But you guys probably don't want to see that regardless anyway. But yes, a historic day to say the least, Jimmy. And undoubtedly the start of, a great future ahead here at Betclic Apogee Esports. And you know what? We've hyped it up enough. You saw a few teasers, the slogan itself, in all the different languages that said some of the best players have finally got a new home, and that home being Betclic Apogee Esports. And let's meet the team.
Okay, John, this is where I'm going to steal it from you. I'm going to announce the first player card of Betclic Apogee Esports team, and it's the CEO, the 26-year-old founder of the team, Gonzalo Brandero, and I'm so excited to just learn from this guy. His enthusiasm is infectious, but he's got a message for the fans. Let's take a listen.
Hey Jimmy, hey Richard, hey everyone watching at home. I'm super excited about this new stage of Apogee's life. We got great things coming. Stick with us, and I promise that you'll be super proud to be part of this family. And don't forget, reach your Apogee.
I appreciate the kind words that are coming out of Gonzalo's mouth, but I can't get over that guy's jacket and those trophies. But back to the jacket. I actually really want one of those, John. I don't know who we have to finesse to make that happen. I'm sure the chat's feeling the same way about it, but come on. I mean, it is next level.
Yeah, it's safe to say there might be some news headlines in Portugal at some point over the next few weeks saying missing a CEO of esports phenomenon Betclic Apogee Esports goes missing. And I'm just letting you guys know now, it wasn't me and Jimmy, okay? We promise it wasn't us. It's just we saw a jacket and like you said, we had to finesse someone and it turns out it was him. But yeah, I can't wait to see some of I think they've got a few other people being sent those jackets. They look insane, man. But I've got the pleasure of introducing our next player up. He's got the same first name, but a slightly different role within the organization. And that's going to be Gonzalo RastaArtur Pinto. He is the 21-year-old coming in from Portugal. Obviously, if you guys have followed the esports scene within FIFA, would have known a couple of seasons ago, back on FIFA 19, he placed inside the world top 8. That is a huge accolade to have, and he's got a message for some of you fans.
Sou Rasta e estou aqui para vos dizer que estou muito satisfeito de poder e ter a oportunidade de entrar nesta nova equipa. Uma equipa que tem pessoas muito boas, excelentes profissionais e que temos total ambição nas nossas capacidades e confiança para conseguirmos ser os melhores. Estamos a trabalhar muito bem desde o início da temporada, já juntos, já vencemos alguns títulos e a nossa ambição continua por passar a vencer ainda mais títulos.
Now that looks like a man who is certainly happy to have joined the club, and I mean, you heard him talk about how much of a great atmosphere is around the organisation at the moment. They've already been working hard and practicing. They've all integrated well as a team. It's so important, and it looks like this first player at least is loving life here at Apogee, Jimmy.
Absolutely, John. I've had the pleasure of seeing RastaArtur play in multiple competitions, and he is cool and calm under pressure. So I think this is a great signing for the team. And I also have another signing for you. You ready for this, John? Are you ready? I'm coming. Okay, his name is Lucas Daxe, and he is 20 years old from France. He was the 2019 E-Nations Cup winner with his country, and he has a message for all the fans. Check it out.
Salut les gars, voilà, Daxe, très honoré de rejoindre l'équipe Apogee Betclic, voilà, entouré de très gros joueurs portugais et voilà, de grosses personnes dans la scène FIFA. Donc voilà, on a de nouveaux objectifs pour ma carrière sportive. L'objectif reste le même, l'objectif reste de redevenir champion du monde et j'espère que je reviendrai sous ce maillot-là. Donc on vous prépare du gros et puis voilà, on se dit à très vite en compète sur Apogee.
And I expect nothing less from Daxe. He is a former World Cup champion, the ESWC in 2016 and 2017. And he's promising that they're going to get more world championships in the future. And with him and RastaArtur on the team, I think they've got a very good start, John.
Yeah, I mean, I want to somewhat call him like a veteran within the game, but he's only 20 years old still, Jimmy. He's still very much a young gun and an upcoming player, you know. So no doubt having that experience behind him is going to be fantastic to take into a new organization and team like Betclic Apogee Esports, and he can really help those lesser experienced players, you know, take those next steps in their career. Now, talking about people taking their next steps, this next person coming up has definitely been around the block, to say the least. He is definitely a veteran within the esports FIFA scene. That is the one and only Alan Zhao Brin. He is obviously the 44-year-old phenom, I can say, from France. And listen, not once, not twice, not 3, 4, even 5 times, but a 6-time FIFA World Champion as a competitive coach. The numbers speak for themselves. Listen, I can't do this man enough justice, so I'm gonna let you guys just listen to him.
Bonjour tout le monde. Alors, je tenais à vous remercier pour le recrutement. Je suis très honoré de rejoindre l'équipe Apogee et en plus d'être avec Daxe, ça nous permet de continuer ce qu'on a commencé et c'est vraiment un vrai plaisir d'être dans cette équipe entouré de personnes très investies et passionnées. Et ça, c'est ce qui me plaît le plus dans cette équipe. Et du coup, on va essayer de donner le meilleur pour Apogee en essayant d'aller chercher peut-être ce titre de champion du monde tous ensemble. Voilà, je vous dis à bientôt. Merci beaucoup.
What an absolutely outstanding addition to the team that Betclic Apogee Esports have found here, Jimmy. And kind of carrying on from what we said about Daxe, who's been around the block a little bit. He's been there and done it. ESWC champion 2 consecutive years in a row. We're talking about a 6-time world champion here as a coach in Zhao. How important and how great is that going to be for Betclic Apogee to have under their roster?
I mean, to have a coach with that type of pedigree is going to be very important for all the players. I know he's got a pretty close relationship with Daxe because they're both French, but I think he's also going to improve the games of everybody else, including RastaArtur. I mean, these guys are world-class players in and themselves, but when you add a world-class coach, I really feel like the future is super bright for Betclic Apogee Esports. But he's not the only coach, right? It's not just one coach that has to lead a team to a big trophy or to championships and multiple trophies. Sometimes you gotta it takes a village is what I want to say, John. And the next person we have up, our next player card is Manel Barrocas, 23-year-old from Portugal, already starting off his coaching career in great style. He won the FPF XL Challenge. He is a champion already. Let's hear what he had to say.
Boas pessoal, sou Manel, sou novo coach da Betclic Apogee Esports e estou muito contente por ingressar neste novo projeto. Conto com todo o vosso apoio para novas competições este ano. Forte abraço.
Oh, I love it. Short, sharp, and to the point. He wants the support of the fans because he knows they are going to do the business. I love iPutz. I think he's going to be a great addition to this team. And I can just basically guarantee success from what I've seen so far, John.
Yeah, and it's safe to say that if his FIFA coaching and the gameplay translation is as fast and furious as the way he talks and the message he put across, then these players at Apogee, or Betclic Apogee, should I say rather, are going to be in for a world of good. And especially even iPutz himself, you know, the player we spoke about before that in Zhao rather, he's going to learn so much from him, who's a lot older coach, and now iPutz is just starting out his career. There's going to be so much for him to learn here over at Betclic Apogee Esports. Now listen, we spoke a little bit about coaches. Let's bring in our next player card, and it's actually a player. Yes, we're not going to give you 3 coaches in a row. Let's move over to Julio Marqzou Lorenzo. He is a fantastic youngster, 19 years old, coming in from Portugal as well. And it's now notable to say that he was the most recent Portuguese national champion as well in the 11 vs 11, the Pro Clubs mode on FIFA 20. And this is what he had to say to you fans at home.
Olá, quero dar as boas-vindas aos meus novos players de equipa e é com muito orgulho que também posso fazer parte deste grande projeto da Betclic Apogee e espero que vocês em casa também gostem muito deste novo projeto.
And there you have it, you know, and I love how warm and welcoming he was to his new teammates. He looks like he's going to be a real team player, and obviously let's not forget that close game he had with Mo Albra a season or so ago. That was so heartbreaking, and he was only 18 at the time, now 19 years old. He's going to have learned from that, the new experience into Apogee. I think this could be one of those dark horse players that you're going to definitely look out for this season in FIFA 100%, Jimmy.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think because he doesn't have as much pressure, he doesn't have to be the star of the show that can go to Daxe or RastaArtur. That's going to allow him to flourish and learn, like you mentioned before, from these great coaches as well. Well, the next player we've got coming up is Gonçalo Troppez Brandão, 21-year-old from Portugal, and he's already been a proven winner. He was the Portuguese national championship in 1v1 in FIFA 19. And here's what he's got to say to you guys.
Boas malta, eu sou o Troppez, tenho 21 anos e sou jogador de FIFA dos Betclic Apogee. Já estou nesta casa há cerca de 2-3 anos e como tal queria dar as boas-vindas a toda a malta nova que se juntou a este novo projeto. Espero que juntos consigamos alcançar o sucesso e que consigamos elevar o nome dos Apogee e da Betclic ao mais alto nível. Estou aqui para ajudar, estou aqui para dar o meu máximo e portanto espero que fiquem connosco e que estejam atentos às novas novidades. Um abraço.
Okay, John, I'm going to be honest with you. When I hear the words coming out of Troppez's mouth, all I can think of is, give this guy the armband. He is the captain. He is the skipper. He knows what it takes to be a leader in this space, and I think he's going to be an awesome, well, he's already been part of the team for a long time, but he's going to help solidify this and really be the glue, I think, for the squad.
Yeah, and it's always nice to have, sort of that leader mentality in a few of these players, regardless if they're the quote-unquote captain or team leader or not, just to have someone that can put their arm around you should you be playing bad, or if they're playing bad themselves, they know that they can pick themselves back up, dust their shoes off and go again in the next tournament. But obviously for Troppez, you mentioned that he's the Portuguese national champion back in 1v1 on FIFA 19, so no doubt he is going to be here for a little while longer to solidify his name in FIFA esports for the long run. Let's move on now. We've given you guys enough players. Let's bring it back to the coaches, the guys who do the dirty work behind the scenes. And I have the pleasure of introducing to you Jorge JM Silva to you, the 30-year-old from Portugal. He is obviously the FPF Open Challenge. He won it in FIFA 21, as a coach. And this is what he had to say for you guys.
Olá pessoal, meu nome é Jorge Silva, mais conhecido na comunidade FIFA como JM Silva 90. Espero que estejam todos bem aí em casa. Quero só deixar a mensagem que estou muito contente e orgulhoso de fazer parte desta equipa da Apogee. E da minha parte, tudo o que podem esperar é um esforço e dedicação enorme para levar esta equipa onde merece, que é o topo dos esportes. Por isso, pessoal, fiquem atentos.
Now, one word that springs to mind, Jimmy, after that short interview with JM Silva there, is he had a little bit of swagger and cheekiness about himself at the end. He seemed quite confident, and no doubt having that big personality trait behind you in a big team environment is going to be so important. And one thing in particular that I noticed about George, but that is going to be important, is he's got the experience from a professional player's point of view as well as a coach's. Now, if you cast your mind back to a season or so ago, he nearly made it through to that FUT Champions Cup stage, the finals, but he missed out so narrowly in one of the final qualifiers, in the actual final itself. Having that experience from a professional player's point of view, to translate that over to a coach's perspective, that's going to be huge for him, Jimmy.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it's going to be incredibly valuable for the team because he has that insight. He's suffered some big disappointments, and I think that's going to strengthen how he coaches. And as you said, he's got some confidence because he knows what it means to be a player at the highest levels under a ton of pressure. And I really feel like it's going to have the biggest impact for his star pupil, Tiago Araújo, as I like to say. Hopefully I said that right. 24-year-old from Portugal. He is the reigning national champion in Portugal after winning in the 1v1 competition in FIFA 20. And currently, he's in the top 15 in the European side of things on FIFA.gg, the global series rankings. He's absolutely killing it right now. He's in good form. And I'd like to think that JM Silva is a big reason why. But let's hear from Tiago right now.
Boas malta, como é que é? Tudo bem? Daqui com vocês é Tiago Araújo 10 e sou o novo jogador da Betclic Apogee Sport. Estou muito contente de ingressar neste novo projeto, acho que vai ser um projeto muito bom e conto com o vosso apoio para juntos conquistarmos muitos títulos, ok? Grande abraço e força!
So John, when I see this, and I know it's a short clip, but I can already tell that he has that focus that you need to be a champion. It is all locked in, and I expect big things from Tiago this season.
Now, finally, it's time for us to give back to you guys. I know a lot of you have been asking in the chat at home and on our socials when this is happening. It's finally time to give back to you guys, the awesome fans and community that Betclic Apogee Esports have formed themselves over the years. We've got lots of stuff to give away, and we hope you guys can participate in them. And that is our jobs on to tell you just how to do that. But before we do that, and we give you guys a chance to win these amazing prizes, don't forget, we have got so many different broadcasts running right now simultaneously in multiple different languages, including the likes of Portuguese, French, Polish in particular, and across all around Europe and the world itself.
And as a reminder, those broadcasts will continue this event with different guests, different activities, and of course, the very special giveaways, John.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for the giveaways, to say the least. So to all of them and their fans, it's a pleasure to welcome you to Betclic Apogee Esports 5. And thanks for being with us for such an important night and moment in this great teams, although it's been a short history, but it's here for the long run, for this amazing history that we are building here at Betclic Apogee Esports. Below and in the chat, don't forget that you can follow the streams. It's very important to do so. But before we pass the balls all over to them, Jimmy, this is the moment you've been waiting for. It's built up to this. Tell these people how to win some free prizes, my man.
Okay, I hope everybody's sitting down, or if you're driving, hopefully you're not driving, you're in the passenger seat. Make sure you're buckled up. To honor this special moment, these are the giveaways. They're gonna, I mean, it's unbelievable, John. Am I building this up enough? Okay, next gen consoles are coming for you guys. Controllers, video games, and over 1,000 euros on Betclic. It is all popping off for you guys to use on that website in particular. And if you guys want to participate in this and be able to enter, make sure you follow all of Betclic Apogee Esports' social media channels to make that happen. Get all the information there. I'm so excited about this. I hope that we can enter, John.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who wins these prizes. There's some awesome things involved. No doubt all the supporters at home, they've been trying to get their hands on these new gen consoles since release. They've all been sold out. All these brand new limited edition controllers that might be coming out that no one can pick up. And of course, that 1,000 euros in bonuses on Betclic. That is awesome as well. So huge shout out to everyone that's going to be participating, and we wish you the best of luck. But unfortunately, I'm going to be winning all the prizes today.
I hate to break it to you, John, but you're not winning anything. So I'm sorry to tell you that. However, everybody, we want to say thank you for staying with us throughout this Betclic Apogee Esports team presentation. It's been amazing to be a part of. And make sure you guys follow them on social media to stay up on all the news, the competitions, the activities, and the giveaways. I'm Jimmy Conrad, and this has been an absolute pleasure to be a part of.
Yeah, just reiterating what Jimmy said, thank you so much for staying tuned. My name's been John Pritchard. Thank you so much. Be sure to continue the party over at all our awesome streamers throughout the different regions that they're streaming from and the languages that they're streaming in this evening. And we will leave you with this final video, the making of Space, the Final Frontier.